Don't call it a remake, because it certainly isn't. If anything, it's a readaptation of a classic story by Stephen King. And although we get many of those, it seems like each and every year, this one looks like it's got some teeth, and it's something I'm excited about. And after 2 days of listening to everybody else's opinions, well, you're going to get mine. So, here we go. Running Man was one of my favorite movies in the late 80s, early 90s. It did just about everything you'd want a film to do. It, of course, featured Arnold Schwarzenegger, the biggest action star at the time, in competition with Sylvester Stallone. And you always saw the two chiding each other between films or making jokes at the other's expense, but they often were just in friendly competition, giving you the absolute best of what action genre had to offer. And now, with this story from Jordan Rumi over from World of Real, I can tell you that Edgar Wright's Running Man trailer, it didn't just deliver pop-fueled action, it delivered the kind of thing you would expect from this, including the one-liners and the quips that we all repeat and seem to quote for the rest of our lives come from films like this. So, to be fair, I'm looking forward to it. And since this isn't a reboot or a sequel or anything weird like that, this has the chance to be original, putting a regular everyday man living in a slum because of some crime that he had committed previously, or he happened to live in dystopian state like California. The only way back to society would be to go through this obstacle course that's designed to kill you. And that's essentially what Running Man is. The first trailer featuring Glenn Powell is, well, beautiful. It has all the explosive action I would have expected, including the exploding train effect. Of course, we had a exploding grenade and a lot of other exploding things around him, including a world that's just out to kill him. And apparently, this has been something that Edgar Wright's been wanting to remake for a long time. In fact, he said if he were to remake any film, it would be the 1987 original starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. That version was loosely inspired by King's novel, but it followed Ben Richards in a military situation that was just there to cover up the other crimes that are being committed at the time. And while that game show is based in 2025, the year we're living in now, you can see some parallels in this trailer to what we could have become under a very much more authoritarian leadership that was about to unfold in the real world. Boy, did we dodge some bullets, at least for now. And Edgar Wright is kind of a cult hero. He makes films that people enjoy and just kind of cling on to whatever he's doing, in spite of his latest film in 2021, Last Night in Soho, being, well, not something everybody loved. You have to remember, this is the guy that gave us Shaun of the Dead, Baby Driver, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which I have to tell you, I still watch about every year. And Jordan seems to like what he does as well. As you can see, Wright has always been something of a cinematic marmite, a director whose kinetic style, rapid-fire editing, and pop culture-drenched sensibilities thrill some and exhaust others. Well, not most of the people that are going to go see something like this. The hyperactive visual language that seems to be all over this one is going to be like candy to us, well, man babies, if you want to listen to the mainstream media. I love the idea of getting a proper Running Man. It will never overcome my love for the original, but it might be on parallel and in a completely different universe than what anybody should expect, including me. As for Powell, he seems to be having a moment too. The kind of slow Hollywood takeover that sneaks up on you until you suddenly realize he's in just about everything. And unlike Pedro Pascal, he has not worn out his welcome. And he is certainly not wearing thin. And pretty much all ladies seems to think he's pretty hunky, which in reality is looking good for scruffy nerf herders like me. If anything, a movie like this will help carve into the public shared zeitgeist the idea that this man is kind of a Harrison Ford for our time. And boy, do we sorely need one. He's got all of the charisma of somebody like Kurt Russell, and yet has a wonderful sense of humor. The Running Man is scheduled to hit theaters on November 7th, on the same day as another big film, and believe it or not, I'm going to go see both. I think there's room enough in the theaters in November to have a lot of mid-budget films show up and actually perform very well. This one, Running Man, I think is going to do just fine. But hey, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Are you looking forward to an action adaptation of Running Man, more akin to the original story itself? Are you a big fan of Glenn Powell? And do you think Edgar Wright may have been exactly the director that we needed for this film to actually happen? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands because it's good hygiene. And hey, you got to get through the summer right. And until next time, see ya! Hopefully at the movies.